Maybe slap it up.
You want me to slap it?
Slap it up, flip it, rub it down.
Flip it.
I don't know if that's like...
Missy.
Was it? I thought it was Belle Biv DeVoe.
No, it is probably Belle Biv DeVoe.
I think I've got a few years on you. I still knew my my 90s hip-hop a little bit better. Yeah. Oh, it's also...
How old are you?
I am 47.
Okay, you got a couple years on me.
All right, on. Well, I...
Probably less than you think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, I'm recording now. We don't have to... I just do a really cash open.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I won't say anything else then.
Don't admit to any felonies right now. I'll edit anything out. That's
I appreciate that.
Terribly.
Thank you. You're not going to record it and send it to the...
yeah,
feds.
geez, with whatever Trump's doing this week.
Yeah, I'm sure they're busy.
Dude,
I don't care what I'm doing.
It's a weird time.
Yeah,
it's a weird time.
I mean, isn't it always? But yeah, I mean, I think now relatively. I mean, yeah, it's unique.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome to the podcast. I got a guest with me. If you heard her voice. Very funny, very talented. Known you for a handful of years.
Yeah.
Fizaa Dosani.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I gotta say, when I first met you, I love seeing you were always funny.
Thank you.
And I was just like, oh, but she's gonna be wild.
Yeah, a little unhinged.
It was like, and then like you've evolved into like a badass,
Oh, that's so nice of
and
you.
I love seeing like the metamorphosis of it or whatever. I don't know how to say it. I hope that doesn't make you feel awkward, but it's just
I mean, I know I've had a lot of growth. I feel like a different person. I mean, the same. You know how like Russian nesting dolls. So like
you open them up and they come out.
Yeah. So I feel like that person's still in me. Mm-hmm. It's one of the people in me. But
yeah.
I mean, it really has been a handful of years. So it's I'm. I mean, a decade.
I used to be chaos. I used to be chaos too, and I've tried not to be. I've tried to be a lot less. I try to be. I was a little bit punk rock when I was early starting doing stand up, and I was just like, now it's like, hey, maybe don't try to piss off everybody.
Are we just getting older and tireder? Because that really might be it. It's just, I'm just like, I don't want to put the energy towards being a mess and then have to recover from that. Like, I don't have the luxury of time in that sense.
So many text messages you have to apologize for in the morning, that kind of thing. It's just like, hey, sorry about what you saw on Snap. I was just feeling myself last night, whatever.
Feeling myself.
I didn't mean it like. So, did you start out here?
I kind of started in Florida, but
in college in Miami, like you were saying, we got the orange and the green. Yes,
the U.
Oh, I'm a big sports fan. I don't know if it's not too clearly, obviously, how weird broy I am about
sports.
College football especially. So.
Oh, good. Then you can appreciate where I went to school.
I loved the U documentaries. I don't know if you ever saw those or anything like that. They were just the badasses. They were the shit talkers. The
University of Miami. They actually started falling off when I got there. I mean, it's not about me. I don't want to say I have anything to do with it,
but we don't know that it's not.
Yeah. No one did any research or anything, so I'm.
No, I was.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, no, I always liked them. They always had the swagger, the obnoxious.
But they carry that. I think they're better now, right? They're back. Are they back?
They hired a good coach. They hired a coach that went there, that played there whenever they were the Wild Boys in the 80s.
Yeah.
Mario Cristobal.
Yeah.
And he's got him on the upswing, I think. So yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, I was never invested in sports.
No,
really. Maybe blood sport.
Blood sport. You're hunting people.
More at stake.
Like a vampire kind of thing.
Football is blood sport. It can literally kill you.
That's true.
But I think, the hurricane, the Canes was like such a big thing. So when I was a freshman there, they'd bust us out to games for free.
Yeah, because it's not close. Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't know where it is now.
It's in the football. It's at the Dolphin Stadium. It was on the other side
it
of
was
the street.
like a different part of town.
Yeah, that was part of the problem, probably. It used to be like close. I know that.
So I went and, I don't really watch football.
Yeah.
And I left. I got there. It was like too loud and people were spilling beer and shit through the rafters.
It gets humid. If they're not winning, people get in a funky mood.
I mean, it's Miami. Miami. It was, I think, August, so it's already wet outside. Like, the air is just wet. Like, you're just swimming while walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went home and then I watched the rest of it on the TV, and I was like, this is so much better. You get all these like different shots, you know?
Yeah, I go, cool. I've got my drinks at my house. I've got the restroom here. I don't have to bump into weird people or drunk people. I mean, it can be a little fun, a little bit of chaos.
Well, for the people who enjoy that,
Yeah.
it was probably so cool for them.
Fair.
And I
That's
can
fair.
appreciate that for them. But like different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, go the U.
Yeah.
Like I loved going to the U. I
Yeah,
loved Miami.
So yeah, did you start doing? Were you doing like theatrical stuff in college or?
No, I actually started with comedy.
Oh, you did start. Okay.
But yeah, I was so young then, and I wasn't consistent. So I always just say I started in LA because
that was whenever you started like having more of a routine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just
where I
like,
was more consistent and going up regularly.
I mean, it probably helps like having a little bit of time under your belt in
Yeah.
another city, especially whenever you had like some of your friends like nearby to
Yeah.
kind of like, hey, we want to see you kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I guess you could say I started in Florida.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, you're from Florida too.
I'm
right?
from Florida.
Yes. Okay, I remember that. Yes.
From Florida, born and raised, and
Okay.
left as soon as I could.
I didn't stay long in Oklahoma
Yeah.
either. No.
No shade. No shade.
No. Yeah. No. I mean, it was. Is that on? Okay. I thought that was.
A car outside. Yeah.
Yeah, we have this thing outside here. They have like a Lamborghini rental place on the
Really?
on the Hollywood Boulevard. It's on the street, like
Okay.
for tourists.
Yeah.
Basically, they can pretend they're in a Lamborghini. They're driving a Lamborghini for like 10 minutes, and it has a picture of them behind it. And they
What is
and they
this
sprint,
place?
and yeah, it's like right in front of the Chinese theater.
Okay.
And it's like some guy doing it. And these idiots they sprint up the street and they
Yeah.
sprint. And I really hope the Lamborghini wrecks one day. Or it's a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I'm not sure
Yeah.
which, but I'm Oklahoma white trash, so it's just like it's all the same to me.
It's like, I mean, the cars depreciate.
Yeah.
This, the second you get them, I don't think
Yeah.
they're the best investment. But I guess if you've got fuck you money and
Yeah,
that's where you want to spend
you
it.
got DJ Khaled money or whatever. Yeah, I don't.
We the best.
Is he Florida too?
He is, I think. I think he is.
That tracks.
Don't quote me.
I'm
not a DJ Khaled expert,
Yeah, okay.
but I do remember feeling his presence around in the zeitgeist very heavily in Miami. So
I'll just go with Gucci Mane or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy. Oh, dude, he was like he was like the Miami guy. He was
T-double-D.
Yeah, he was on the sidelines for the games.
Yeah.
I know, like early.
He was, he's a Miami guy. He's
Yeah.
like the mayor of Miami, I think.
Oh, nice.
Not
nice.
officially.
He's
but
like their Snoop Dogg, I guess, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. The ambassador. Here we go.
you know what? I think he was the face
Yes.
of hip hop in Miami for quite a while.
Yeah.
I haven't been in Florida haven't lived
Yeah.
in Florida
Yeah.
for so long, so I'm a bit removed. But
Yeah, I'm the same way. Where like if I talk anything about it, I'm like, dude, that thing's been hits me up on the podcast. Like, dude, that place has been closed for 10 years. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's like, I'm all like reminiscing, like a guy with dementia or something about. I'll tell you, I used to like that roller coaster that was there. like some girl died on that. Man, that thing's been done. So yeah, I met you when I met you when you first started. It was like because we had a mutual friend, and it was just like I was just like you had like such a spark and an energy that was so unique.
it was before I was jaded,
Yeah.
and tired, and just
You're not
face the reality
Yeah,
of the industry.
Everybody has to go through it. a
Yeah,
little bit,
yeah.
you
When you come here, you're just like, I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. I'll be hanging out with I don't know Brad Pitt and Bradley Cooper, some Brads. I don't know. Yeah. And
you think Mark Wahlberg's taller than you, and then you share an elevator with him, and you're taller than him. It's just like,
really.
yeah, it's just Hollywood's all
Yeah.
an illusion.
Oh yeah. Seeing how short people were really freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like we're not, neither you or I are like super Amazon, but it was just like, maybe,
I'm slightly above average
for a girl. Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to out you on your height or anything like that.
It's my height is my security question when I forget my passwords. So.
Okay, fair enough. So that's why I won't reveal it.
Thank
I won't
you.
reveal it. So did you come out here looking were you just looking to do something, or were you looking at acting? Were you looking?
I was actually wanted to be more behind the scenes.
Oh, really?
Because I went to
production.
Yeah, like writing, directing.
Okay, right on. And you've kind of moved that way a little bit.
Yeah, I that was my experience in college. So I did some stand up, but really, I think what I thought I was gonna pursue was that. I think I was in denial about being a performer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do you
everyone
think
in my family is in healthcare, so they just.
Yeah,
You know,
well, I mean, you got
they weren't
that
cool
ethnicity.
Yeah, I know, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
for my age group, like our parents were the boomers that came over and worked in.
Yeah, they were first
healthcare.
generation. Yeah.
And then you have the pressure of performing.
Did you have
high?
Did you have other siblings to?
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 3.
Okay, so you had someone else to take that for you.
They both became doctors
Okay,
after I
so-
became a comedian. Poor poor siblings. They were both pressured too.
They were like, we don't want this. We don't want another one of this. No.
Yeah, they're like, never again.
Never again.
This one slid through the crack.
You were your parents' 9/11. Sorry, just goofing.
Oh god, that's funny. Yeah, I think. Well, also, I didn't have a lot of mixed feelings about it.
What do you mean?
Ambivalence. Like I kind of knew that I didn't have that. I kind of knew that I wanted to do something different.
You had a creative drive about
exactly.
you. Yeah.
So they didn't really have that in. Whereas with my siblings, I think they were more open to it.
Well, like if you have a proficiency at science or you have a proficiency at math or something like that, you know, where it's like a natural fit.
I do enjoy math.
Yeah, I know we were doing those threads.
Yeah.
They have the parentheses. You know, you get them on the right
threads.
order.
There were there was a little
algebra
set a trend called math threads where you could solve algebra problems on thread. I was so tired of everything. Everyone has so much to say all the time. I was like, I just want to do some math problems on here.
Just the hot take after hot take after hot take.
Yeah.
If it's politics or food or dogs or whatever, like, hey man, let's just
math. It's cut and dry.
Yeah, it's like doing a Sudoku
exactly.
or something. Yeah.
And also, at the time I was in the program where Threads was doing the bonuses, so they were paying you to post.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, I enjoy math, casual algebra. So I was just doing that and hoping that those would get some views and count towards
your
the 3
analytics.
cents.
Yeah. No, I've
that
done the
Meta is
same.
going to send me.
Yeah, I've gotten I think like 25 something cents. That's basically it. I was just like, I can see why Zuckerberg's doing well. You know, I can see.
Yeah. This is the future.
I'm just like, you got to do it for your own pleasure. You can't, you know. It's just, that's one of the things I just found. But
it makes it a lot easier if you enjoy it.
Right. So I distracted you. You were talking about how you always wanted to go behind the scenes, and you had more of a writing and directing kind of angle.
Yeah. So I made a bunch of short films when I was in Miami. Again, they were fun. They were very I guess John Watersy.
Okay.
So
like a little bit absurdist kind of thing.
Yeah, it was all pre-therapy, so it was just a soup of chaos.
So that was your
head.
therapy for a minute, probably.
But yeah, I mean, you know, at the time, everything is your therapy. You're white knuckling through life, and
it's social stuff to do with your friends.
I really enjoyed it. I love the camaraderie of being on set, and being creative and making something. So, and I didn't expect to be in front of the camera. That's just sort of what happened. I came back into stand-up first, and then I got an agent for acting, and then trained for that stuff.
You fell backwards into it almost.
I know. I was trying to avoid it, but then it's like, you know, I'm out here. Well, so also, why not do what I want to do?
If people are coming at you with opportunities, it's almost, you know, and it's not like they're saying, you know, hey, murder people in this movie or something, or, you know what I mean, or do something hateful or something, you know,
like method acting, like we're really killing people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or like, you know,
that's why I'm glad we have a union.
Yeah, so far.
Well, the acting.
I'm SAG also.
Yeah.
It's just
not the stand-up. There's no.
Oh God!
Checks and balances there.
People always talk about trying to start a union for stand-ups. I was just like,
nothing happens every time. They've been talking about this for years. Well, there's more stand-ups now than ever. So maybe someone will do something.
I mean, I feel like there's got to be some. Anyway, I didn't mean to. We'll get on that. We'll get back on that. But no, that's so you just started, and this was probably like, I'm guessing this was around the time when like YouTube was like just now kind of getting big.
YouTube was just starting to pop off,
and it was such a. I mean, like before it went Google, it was like a lot more fun. I feel like.
Where
it was just like. Because I remember it was like
before Google bought it,
yeah. But it was like Funny or Die, Daily Motion. It was just like everything, and then it was just like a more fun time to be on the internet, College Humor, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we would just here we were doing the sketches too,
Yeah.
And I started a little bit later in my stuff than you, but it was just like, oh right, yeah, let's get together. Especially when you're running around with stand-ups, they're like, okay, hey, we know you can do this voice. Yeah, you can play a nerd, da 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 da.
Yeah, just
shooting, grip it and rip it,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
iMovie and just go with it. Yeah,
still use iMovie.
I still do. That's what I do this on. I don't know how to edit for
like
crap.
if it ain't broke.
Yeah, I mean it's I'm not doing I'm not doing a Tim I would say Tim Robinson movie like that's something, but I'm not doing anything like prestigious.
Yeah,
or I don't know.
I mean the programs changed too. Like back now it's Adobe Premiere. I think is the standard.
Yes,
I think for professionally.
Yeah.
But I remember when it was Avid and even Final Cut.
Final Cut Pro, yeah.
Which does Final Cut even exist anymore? I
have no idea. I remember when like movies were there was a movie God, it was bragged about that they did it with Final Cut Pro because it was like a retail availability.
It was cheaper than Avid. Avid was this, like a industry level
like
program.
you had to sit in a post-production house to use it, and I have like 3 screens and like no sound around you.
I mean, if I went to the film school a little bit earlier, I probably would have been cutting film on the table.
Yeah.
Which
it's like splicing it with like razors and stuff.
Yeah, which is a very different experience from iMovie now. I mean, I edit stuff on my phone through those free apps.
Absolutely.
You can edit it in the app itself.
Like, CapCut, whenever we're doing the self-submits and you have to put the slate on, it's just like, oh, I'm an editor now. I was just like, I'm wearing all these hats.
Which is like what you have to do now because now it's the age of the creator, right?
Yeah,
the content creator.
Yeah, it's great.
Dentists have 1 million followers online and dance on TikTok. Like
I do.
It's different.
You're wrong. You're not wrong. I do, and I'm part of the problem because there is a chiropractor I watch who's like one of those viral sensations.
Good for them. I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous that
I'm just bummed at a chiropractor.
They got a real job. They're making real money on the side and get to do this for fun.
Exactly,
Whereas this is my job. Like
this is all I got, bro. Man, stay off my corner, dude.
Like why didn't I become an engineer?
Like, hey man, check me out. I'm doing equations. I'm designing a building.
Or architecture, right?
Yeah, architect. Yeah, we go.
Something.
I'm building a stadium. Check it out.
Well, the robots are going to take over everything.
Dude, that's so real.
So maybe the government will throw us a little basic universal income for
I mean, when it first came out, I was just like
universal basic.
Yeah, when like Andrew Yang and was first talking about that, I was just like, I'm interested. I was just like, I'm interested, but I was like, oh, this guy's out of his mind. It's not. And I'm seeing like Uber, like the driverless cars.
Oh yeah, the Waymo.
Yeah, the Waymos. Like where I worked for casting networks for a while, and used to, if you had like a problem with your profile.
LA Cast,
it was same thing.
So that's what I have to actually do later today. Is I have to make a new profile on that because
to sync up with your manager's account.
Yeah, how's that? I was going to ask you to help me with some tech stuff, but let's not do that on the podcast.
This would be funny.
That's so funny. You worked for Casting Network.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was
literally what I'm procrastinating doing today.
Procrastinating your casting.
Yeah, they want to make another profile for. They're like, well, we want to get our comedy people into like a separate site. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean,
all I'm seeing is like you want me to make another profile.
Oh, I mean, I forgot that.
I want to just duplicate it. Can you?
You can use the same pictures and stuff like that.
But can I just go like use everything on this profile?
Yes, yeah, I believe so. Well, let's not. We'll do that afterwards. But,
I'm just like, I don't want to have to retype out everything. Okay, I'll stop. I'm done.
Well, I mean, you could put like open 2 windows and then copy and paste from the next one over, that kind of thing, and you'll still have your own. Because I don't even. God, God, we're gonna get in the weeds on this. I mean, I don't pay for casting networks. I just get the auditions from my manager.
Okay.
But I have an account that I don't use, I don't look at, because all the stuff that I was getting was just like non-union work and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just like, oh, hey, you want to shoot a beer commercial for something that may give people cancer, and we'll give you $50, and you have to shoot in your phone in your closet. It's just like, some kind of, I'm like this, and then my manager gets me like the real stuff to audition for. So,
Yeah, it's my commercial agents use casting networks.
Yeah, they all do. Yeah.
Wait, is Casting Networks Actors Access?
Those are two different things.
Okay, so Casting Networks is LA Casting.
LA Casting is Casting Networks.
Yes.
Okay, we're so in the weeds right now.
Okay.
It's okay though. It's all right.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, LA actors may pick something up from that. No, it was LA Casting initially.
Yeah, and then it became Casting Networks,
Correct.
and then Actors Access is something totally
completely
different.
independent.
That's what my theatrical uses.
Yeah. They still get good stuff.
Yeah.
But like, there's like the one that they send out for everybody.
Oh yeah.
And you'd be like, oh,
they'll send those emails, and I'm just like, delete.
Yeah, vertical. It's all vertical films. It's. I'm like, oh, what are we doing? I'm not gonna. No one's gonna watch a movie on their phone for an hour, and then I may be completely wrong about that. Everybody's trying to make the next Quibi.
So, why?
But
I mean, why not?
It's all money.
Why not?
It's all money laundering operations. Anyway,
because we know no one's buying a house from Quibi.
Jeez. I wonder. I mean, I'm sure somebody had to make some money on that deal. Yeah. Yeah. There's like people had the specials out, and like
the people made the money. The company.
Yeah, I know. Like Joey Diaz had like a thing with. I think there was he was talking about it where he had.
They had quite a few. I think
they went with comedy early because it's so inexpensive.
Yeah, partnerships.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, they had quite a few partnerships with comedians and stuff. So then when I think, they kind of didn't make it, then
yeah, I bet it. Yeah.
That sucks to like invest and make shows in a platform. But hopefully those shows ended up somewhere else.
I'm sure they did, because they intellectual property to get it on somewhere else, get it on Hulu or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, all right. One thing I do have to. One thing I really did admire about you. You made like a goof about what, like, it was the facial recognition, the facial recognition meme, and I remember like I was probably one of the people who had said something. I'm like,
not
hey,
you too.
I mean, I'm not a perfect guy.
I don't remember you doing it.
I may not have been to you, or I may have congratulated. Jen Jolly on something that you did or something, for example, but it was,
hey Jen,
yes,
shout out to Jen Jolly.
If you want to tell that story,
of course.
That, I remember that when it popped, it was the most hilarious thing. But go.
I think just being
2016, 2017, something like that.
I think it was around 2016, 2017.
Yeah,
there was just only a handful of female identifying comedians of South Asian descent, me amongst them. And we'd get, people would get us confused for each other. We'd have a great conversation with someone, and they'd end with like, it was great talking to you, Jen. And it's like, no, like that, it just sort of negates the whole experience. So I was just getting frustrated with that. And I found that a handful of us had the same experience. So I made a facial recognition guide with all of our faces on it for the comedy community to reference before they spoke to any of us.
Yeah. So like, hey, check first,
Yeah. Who are you talking to? And
it was like a moment in time, because there was like 6 or 7 like really strong Indian girls or South Asian. I don't mean.
And now there's more.
Yeah, there's more, and it's
great how it's just sort of blown up. Comedy's like hot again.
I feel like it, and it was what you did was you were like, instead of like being negative about it, you were I love that you were just like, you took the energy, and it was just like, hey, let's have some fun with it, and then it turned into a network with it. I
actually held on to it. I made it, and then I held on to it because I did make it out of frustration. So I was just like,
you didn't want to come from a bad place with it.
Yeah. But then I think I was at a mic at the time with Zara or something, and she loved it, and she's like, just post it, and I posted it, and then like I think it really
500 or whatever.
Well, it must have resonated with some people.
Also, you were coming from a good place with it. You weren't just like, hey, you idiots, or You were just like, hey, we know you made some mistakes.
I guess it was more palatable under the guise of humor.
Yeah.
But I think because from that meme, I guess it was a meme,
came
the idea of, well, why don't we put all of us on a show because no one else would book us on the same show. At the time, people weren't even booking more than one woman.
Yeah, it was getting weird.
Let alone multiple women who everyone thinks is the same fucking person because their parents immigrated from the same general region. Very general region.
Yeah, because I don't know everything, but I remember outside of Russell Peters, I remember when I was first starting in LA, Akash, I used to run around with him.
Because
he started out here first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was for a minute, and then he moved to New York.
Yeah.
And then it was, but it was just there weren't, and Jay Mandium, that was about it. It was, but it was just and then it was just like Monrock and Aparna, and then and then it was just six, and then 26. I was like, oh man, and everybody's pretty strong, it was just wild. So it's just,
that's the thing, is if we're not going to exceed in the medical field, we damn well better be at least decent at this, or it's a culture of overachieving.
Really?
So
that's probably that.
So that makes sense. Okay, we got to be as strong as we can.
No, that makes sense. So people that first came, because my grandmother immigrated from Hungary, so it was just
it's funny how it dilutes down generation after generation. If I have kids, they're gonna be
slackers,
completely
beanbag kids.
That's why I don't think I'm gonna pass on my genetics. Maybe I'll adopt or something.
You get the pups. I
got the pups. They're plenty.
Yeah, exactly. They're overachievers, right? No?
I mean, one likes to eat a lot, so
that's achieving something.
Eat over. Yeah, it is I guess so.
It's achieving making you broke. Here we go.
It's like feeding cattle.
Oh yeah,
not cattle, but barn animals. I spend so much money on food.
You carry the 55-pound bags.
But they're dogs. They're like wolves. So they need meat. So.
Well, it's protection too. Yeah. And keep you warm. I guess maybe if you.
Yeah, they're wonderful. They're my babies.
Yeah, I don't mean to take you off, but no. So with the facial recognition, it was so many girls, and they were all around the same experience level, but also strong,
Yeah, I think Aparna was ahead. She was established at the time for sure.
Yeah.
And then Monrock at the time had been doing it for a few years.
Yeah.
But a lot of us, had probably been doing it for a few years. And you
kind of channeled that energy.
Yeah, and it was sort of nice to have a community, because now it's sort of we would sort of see each other, not really on the same shows, because rarely we're booked on the same shows, but now it's sort of, we got to work together, get to know each other. We've done the show in LA, New York, San Francisco, Texas, San Diego.
Yeah.
And we book locally a lot too. So.
If you go somewhere and try to find.
Well, there's a bunch of comedians in New York also.
Yeah, naturally.
So when they come to LA, we put them on this show. If we're in New York, in San Francisco, there's a big comedy scene there. So
yeah. I remember when I came, I was just I came up, hung with you at one of your shows at the store, and I was just a handful of people I had never seen before, but I was just I remember the guy's name, but he had that mustache. It was this guy comes out like he's shot out of a cannonball. He was amazing, because he was just so demure backstage. And just and I can't remember the guy, but I'll get it off. But but I was just it's great, because as much as.
Someone's playing music outside.
Sorry, thanks. It caught me off guard. I thought
no worries.
But no, it's. So much of it is good positive stage time development. Which and exposure. This is LA. This is what we're out here to do.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting those at bats and those opportunities, it's amazing that you excuse me, took that opportunity to make that for yourself.
I mean, it was all kind of an accident.
Yeah.
A happy accident.
Yeah.
I was just annoyed, so I made that thing to be snarky.
Yeah.
I waited a little bit to put it out, and then
it's smart to wait sometimes,
not to not to strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah.
It's just sort of, okay, is this coming from a good place? But I didn't know it was going to turn into what it turned into, but I guess there was a need for it at the time.
Yeah, clearly.
Maybe it's I think since then we've seen a bit of progress in terms of diversity and representation in the industry, but now with, I think, the pendulum swinging the other way with the current regime, I think maybe
possibly
there is a need for this.
I mean, the fact is, you're having girls see you, you know what I mean? And oh, hey, I can do that too. And it just brings more people to expressing themselves. And I feel that's pretty fucking awesome. You know, that's what I say. I mean, like for myself, I was fortunate that like I had already seen like good looking guys perform. Were your parents into comedy at all, or were they?
Yeah,
just,
my dad. Yeah. Both my parents, I think, are pretty funny, and my dad.
Dad jokes.
Yeah, dad jokes, mom jokes, crazy people jokes.
Yeah.
But he was. I mean, he loved Seinfeld. He loved. Woody Allen.
Okay, yeah.
Cosby. All these guys minus Seinfeld that just ended up becoming
give them time. Any comedian goes long enough. It's just going to be
live long enough to become the villain, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you'll get me too'd one day, Fizaa. Don't worry.
Just retire before that happens.
No, I was raised on Cosby also, and
I mean,
Cosby and Carlin. Yeah, and
I love Carlin.
Yeah, Chris Rock was my first.
Me too. I think that was sort of our generation where
Bring the Pain.
Yeah.
Bigger and Blacker.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Those are the times.
Yeah, 90s HBO, man. It was. Yeah. I mean, he was also he.
I didn't have HBO. I used to watch it when it was fuzzy and just listen to the jokes.
The color stripes and stuff like that.
Yeah, or like the
test signals or
test signals or like just the what's it called when it's just
scrambled?
Fuzzy scramble. Yeah, it'd be a scramble.
Okay, right on. I didn't get that until we moved to. I didn't get HBO until we moved to. My mom moved in with a stepfather, and I was just like
footing the bill. My parents are like, we're not paying for this. We're not paying for your porn channels.
Red Shoe Diaries. Here we go. Sorry if I hit too close to home on that one. Here we go.
I'll be all right.
No, like, we don't want to get to it. We don't want HBO. See, that was it. They made it the forbidden fruit, you know, and so that force. If they would have just put it on, if they would have just had HBO, and you would have been exposed to it like conventionally, you would have been like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then you would have been a doctor, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I really was not going in that direction. You know, so. Yeah, I mean, bless their hearts for just sort of. I mean, now
you were the old.
Yeah, exactly. I can understand their perspective, how that probably made them really nervous.
Yeah.
So I can empathize with their position now.
No, I'm sure that was a challenge.
Like I don't think I'd want my kid going into this.
I do think about it. Wow.
I mean, unless you really make sure you really, really want to do it. Otherwise,
yeah. I mean, it's hard to know what to support, you know, and it's just like. I've been fortunate. My father's been like, he's been a fan, you know, or whatever. And
good.
Also was like, hey, you guys got me watching George Carlin. You guys got me watching Robin Williams and all, you know, all this stuff. And Cosby, we had the records, the vinyl records, you know, so. George Carlin was the first live performance I ever saw.
Oh my God, you got to see him live.
Yeah, well, he got to perform for me is how I like to put it.
Well, aren't you special?
Just goof. But, yeah. So that was I started with pretty good. So and it was I don't mean to make this about me though, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, let's center it around the white man.
You're such a shit.
Oh God!
I had to. Well, I mean, I had the opportunity to give an Indian girl IT support, so that was kind of Broadcasting Network. So that was so I can roll reverse this too. This will be kind of fun. Here we go. All right. Yeah. No. So and also you kind of you were I think you were kind of in a similar situation with me. You took off. You thrived under that Clubhouse situation.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of apps that kind of it was a moment in time kind of thing.
It was a moment in time. Yeah. I think we were all just stuck at home and
wanting to perform for live audiences.
Yeah. So just having some sort of outlet and it was. I mean, Clubhouse shined. Clubhouse burned bright, and
it was like an audio app you ran on your cell, and it was like chat rooms. I guess they're trying to do something like that with whatever Twitter Elon Musk thing is doing now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they
try
were
to
trying to actually buy Clubhouse at the time, and Clubhouse didn't sell. They probably should have in retrospect.
Yeah, that's going to be
'Cause
like
it
one
was
of the...
valued at their peak. It was, they had a really high valuation, and
that's going to be like one of those block...
we know what happened to Clubhouse now. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's still alive. Yeah.
I think it might be. But
yeah, well,
I
like
don't know.
you thrived and had it seemed like a
I met a lot of people.
good vibe. I was running a dating show on there, a dating advice show, which
Oh yeah.
and it was fun doing it for like 200 people,
Yeah.
sometimes. And I did Christine Little. She and it was me, her, and like some other friends. And then I met some New York comics doing it. It's like, what are we gonna do? We're just sitting around our apartments, and couldn't go up. So it's just like, all right, we got a therapist, and we just goofed off with it.
It was something to do.
Yeah, it was wild. It was, but yeah, and you could do it in your sweatpants. It was great.
That was the
Yeah.
major appeal. I mean, when you said this was going to be video, I'm like, oh,
I'm
fuck, I
so
got to wear
sorry
real
about-
pants.
I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't mean to ambush you with that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I just needed to know if I needed to wear real pants.
Oh, you weren't.
Yeah, no,
All right,
that's
yeah.
why I checked
Okay, yeah.
beforehand.
Well, I never know what you're gonna wear because you're always kind of fun. You're always kind of
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a kind of a wardrobe like Alex Hooper.
I know. I'm
He's been on
busted
the-
out
he's
with
been-
my green furs lately, but which I do have.
Yeah, he's been on the podcast before, so he's great.
I just saw him the other day.
Yeah.
He did a
Spot or something.
yeah, at the Improv.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very stylish.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so fun. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to make it about him.
Dog
but,
lover also.
Yeah. Oh, pugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see him out Runyon sometimes with.
Oh, does he live around? Well,
yeah,
we don't need to dox ourselves.
Well, he lives in L.A.
Yeah.
We'll just say it. I'm not trying to get us
hilarious.
ambushed or anything. I don't know if this is big enough to get that. Sorry.
You never know.
You got we survived the fires too.
That was wow, what a 2025. What an entrance.
Yeah, that was
to the new year.
that was the first time I'd ever really thought about fires.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause we live in a city. It's concrete so much around, and I was here. There was some. I just got off my day job, and
Yeah.
a girl comic was on the phone with me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then about that time, on the 5th floor,
it happened fast. You could see the fire from here, right?
yeah, it was a girl on the 5th floor started screaming out because you see how it's like that courtyard area, and she was just like, the Runyon Canyon is on fire," and I was just like, all right, 'cause she's a little bit dramatic, and
And then you look and you see.
oh, me and a couple other people went out and we're like, oh wow, I can smell it.
That's how it was for us
Yeah.
because I literally was just there hours before.
yeah. With the
Had
pups.
nothing to do with the fire. I just want to clarify that.
What were you wearing that day? Got you with like some sunglasses and a
ski
scarf.
mask.
Sorry.
Well, I
Yeah.
was walking the
Yeah,
dogs.
walking the dogs,
So a
nice,
few of
yeah.
us were around the
Yeah,
area.
it's Runyon. There's
So
gonna be
when we got the alarm, got the alert,
Mm-hmm.
and then people started texting, then the building fire alarm went off.
Yeah.
And this was all in a span of like maybe 7 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't have like a bag ready to go.
Yeah, no,
Did you?
no one did
Yeah.
because we were so used to all the areas having a warning
Yeah.
before. So the way this happened was so fast.
Yeah.
And they'd actually removed the warning from our area right before it happened. So I was sort
Yeah.
of like, it was almost like I was a little too relaxed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ran out. I was in a robe and I didn't realize.
Yeah, it was like 6 p.m. I think, like 5:30, 5:45, something like that.
Yeah. And I didn't understand. Like I was just like, okay, let's just get out of here. But
Yeah.
I don't think I grasped how close and how big the fucking fire was until I walked out the door and saw it. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, I went up there and I smelled it and
Yeah.
I felt the heat.
And I was shaking when we were in the car evacuating. I was shaking because I was like,
because you can't go anywhere either. Because
we were stuck in gridlock. Everyone was actually surprisingly polite.
yes, that was pleasant. That was pleasant.
I was like, I think everyone was in shock. So
And-
no one had
Yeah.
had the energy to have an attitude about something.
I'm not trying to give my address out, but like where we live is there's only like you had to go south or east. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
There was you
You
couldn't.
could only go in one direction, basically.
Yeah, basically, and it was also like rush hour traffic too.
Yeah.
And so it was this, and then
like helicopters were dumping water. It was apocalyptic. Flames. The sky was kind of reddish.
Yeah, it was like a Wes Anderson sepia look to it. And it was just like, and you smell it and you can feel it. And I saw people just like walking around, just like casual, like, yo, you see this is on fire. And they're like, oh, guy had his, AirPods in.
It was very quick.
Yeah,
it happened so quickly.
I packed in like 10, 12 minutes or something.
Good for
like.
you for packing. Everyone was
got the
running
dog.
in our place.
We got the dogs out. Yeah.
Yeah, we just got the dogs, took the car, and just went south.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just drove south till I got like a little bit past Wilshire.
Yeah.
Then it was like cleared up, and then I started getting. I got out of my building maybe like 10 minutes before the text came out.
Yeah.
And there were people that couldn't get out of the building because...
Oh, no.
Well, no, just because there was just so much traffic.
Oh, yeah. There was definitely a gridlock.
Yeah.
I mean, this area has a lot of...
gridlocks every day.
Yeah, gridlocks every day. Plus, you have everyone in all of these large apartment buildings coming out at the same time.
That's a good point. Yeah, like 7-story buildings and 50 people, wow, I didn't even think... Yeah. Naturally, it's smart.
So I didn't think about that. I mean, that's why it would have been so devastating because there's so many people condensed in this area. So it would have left a lot of people without housing had it gone a different way.
Yeah, and then we saw what happened in like Palisades where people were like, getting out and running from their cars.
Yeah.
Just because, and that had happened the day before, and I'm just like, oh my god, are we next? But then we got out. We're alive. And It was,
and there was no structural damage. The firefighters and
I have a suspicion about it.
That you think it was man-made?
Yeah, that one was man-made.
Yeah, it could have been. I think it was odd that during this time, so many fires were just popping up everywhere.
I think the Altadena one was power lines.
Okay.
Was legitimately power lines. I think the one in Palisades, the big one, was either was man-made, either kids or people like starting fires for warmth.
Okay, yeah.
This one, I believe, because where it was at the top of the severe cliff.
The canyon, yeah.
Not at the ridge, I guess you call it.
Okay.
The west ridge kind of thing. And there's no power. There was not near the biggest burn area. There was no power lines around that.
So, okay, that makes sense then. I mean, I think at first we're thinking, well, maybe the embers came from Palisades, but the way fires were popping up left,
it was like 100 miles an hour too. Yeah, so the wind.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I never heard any update about it, but
I don't think anything's been released publicly.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is just me speculating completely.
Yeah. I mean, it was odd.
I don't mean to go tinfoil hat on it. But
it was odd because we all downloaded the Watch Duty app because we wanted to know when the next fire was going to spring up in our backyard. You know, so then it just seemed really odd that many fires were like coming up out of nowhere. I think we got very lucky that ours happened the day after the heavy winds because then they would not have been able to use the helicopters and the water to put the fire on. Maybe it would have ended up differently.
Yeah, possible. I think because we got cleared to go back. I stayed at a buddy's house, another comedian's house up in the valley at night. I was just like, oh, well, I hope my building's still here. And
right?
Because all I had was a duffel bag.
Yeah, that was more than what I had.
Yeah.
I had a robe and whatever was in my pockets.
Oh yeah.
Because we had to suit up the dogs.
Yeah.
I just suited them up and then we bounced.
Yeah.
And then my car, so our parking garage is underground. So I was like, I need to get this car and get this the fuck out because I'm not going to be stuck under a building during a fire.
Oh, and then, so I had the idea. I thought it was going to, instead of going like the conventional way, I tried to go back against the grain a little bit, against traffic. I thought I was going to be like smarter than everybody else. And then I get down one street and there was like a tree down one way, and so so everybody was just winding around a tree.
I know what you're talking about because we had to. That's why I was so impressed with how everyone was driving because people were letting people out.
There was civility.
Yeah,
and it was more civility than we see. Like
sometimes
going down the Comedy Store, on Sunset,
Sometimes it takes a common enemy, and this time the enemy was a fire that wanted to burn down our neighborhood.
Yeah. I'll just check in time. That's all. I don't want. That's all.
Oh yeah. Good.
Didn't want to run you too long on anything.
Yeah.
So we survived that. Fire app.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you've been acting now. How's that been going? Yeah.
I mean,
that was a very good question, right? That was very formal.
How's that going?
I mean, how's that going? Hey, you want to do the heavy lifting on this one, Fizaa? Here we go.
Well, I think since after the strikes, we had the double strikes, the writer's strike and the actor's strike.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of things. Maybe it's the economy. I don't know. It's just been, I think, notoriously slow in the industry.
I think the economy is slow, and I also think like a lot of the capital money for like some of the newer apps, like the Peacocks and stuff like that. They obviously invest heavily, and then they kind of toned it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody just kind of realized it's Netflix. It's basically going to be Netflix.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime is what people have, but and Max is good. Paramount. It seems like Paramount's huge in Middle America.
Oh, Paramount Plus?
Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like,
what are the shows they have on there?
Tyler Sheridan stuff. Like,
they have like a lot of sort of Midwest shows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kills. It's not. It's not the stuff. I mean, I do watch one show. I do watch Landman because that's got Billy Bob Thornton. But like Tyler Sheridan, Yellowstone, Big Sky Country. There was 17 something. I don't know, 73. But yeah. They don't really hit well out here, but Middle America, it's basically all the old CBS stuff.
Okay, so they have an audience.
Nah, yeah, it's legit, yeah, and I think like Landman, which was like the #1 show on TV.
Yeah,
and like nobody I know watches it out here.
Yeah, I mean I don't.
It's based in Texas. It's like oil guys and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's funny, it's good, but
well, good to know.
But yeah, it's been a weird time. It's just I've given up on LA coming back as a production hub,
So that has been the talk. I think people are saying, "Oh, is LA going to be the next Detroit? Is our industry leaving the city?" Everyone likes to always
doom and gloom it.
Yeah, doom and gloom. If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
Type of shit. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think everything's always changing, always evolving. That's just the nature. Yeah. That's just the nature of
any
life.
industry. Yeah. I mean, I would have never thought like Teslas would have been that big of a thing, or self-driving cars would have been that big of a thing.
So I think it's just, I mean, whether it is or it isn't, we have to evolve if we want to keep
surviving.
Yeah.
Creating.
So, I hope it doesn't, because I live here and I don't want to move. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
It's been, I still think this will be the place where things get written up, and there's going to be like the industry city side of it. I just don't think it's going to be like the production place.
Yeah.
Is what just because it just seems like the tax incentives have just everybody. It's like.
I think they're trying to improve that. Like, there's been a lot of statements from the city of trying to cut the bureaucracy and the red tape and get people shooting out here again. So we'll see.
Yeah, they're shooting. They're just not shooting films.
It's just crazy because, like, with the industry, like, I remember, sometimes you can be working consistently and it's dope, and then you're just... you get on a streak where you get pinned for a lot of things, and you get in the callbacks, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is what I came out here for. Hell yeah! It feels good. It feels like a baseball player on a streak. But because of the nature of the industry, you could work and then never know when you're working again.
Yeah, because it's gig work. Basically, it's weird. It took me so long to capture my head around it, because I'd always been like I had a business degree. It's like, oh, you just go to a job and you're there forever.
It's odd. It is. And now I see why my parents were so nervous. They're like, this is not consistent. I mean, it can't. For some people, it has been, but even my friends who have been able to continue to work, they say that a lot of people in the community have not been. So it's been weird times. Yeah. So I didn't mean to go doom and gloom on you. Sorry about that. I mean, it's everyone's sitting on nukes. Like, what's okay? I'm just sort of going with the flow now. Let's just see where this goes. The Earth story.
Do you feel like
Earth and humans?
Do you feel like this? It seems like we're into like weirder political times and stuff like that. You think it'll spurn a lot more creativity? Maybe like I don't know. Like,
well, fertilizer is made out of shit, so I think when
that's what they used to bomb in Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Jesus. But like, I mean, I think hard times does give people perspectives and something to say and a point of view. So.
Like the time plus tragedy equals comedy kind of thing. And I feel like right immediately when things started getting weird, it was just like, what the hell is going on? But I feel like people are starting to regroup and learn how to work with it a little bit and use that as ammunition or use that as gasoline for the next creative project.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
That's why I just brought you here to show you how smart I am.
Let's take an IQ test.
Let's do algebra. Here we go. Yeah.
Let's look at a blob and you tell me what you see.
Rorschach.
Yes, a Rorschach.
Did I pronounce that correctly? Or?
Yes, because you're the smartest person.
I'm the smartest person on this side of a table. Here we go. That's all I got. Anyway, where can people find you? I'm probably just gonna wrap this up.
You want me to give my address? No.
Look for the dogs. No, social media.
Social media at Fizaa Dosani on most platforms. Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitter.
Solve some algebra with her. Yeah. Solve some algebra with Fizz.
They stopped giving me the bonuses on Threads, so I have not been posting.
Fair enough. I noticed you. I'm like,
I'm gonna have to shift this energy somewhere else.
Yeah, like I said, my check was like 25 cents or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was like for like 3 months, and I was just like, I mean, I don't have that huge engagement level, but I was just like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta, if you enjoy it, it's one thing. So at Fizaa Dosani, Fizaa Dosani, and FizaaDosani.com. Also, I have the monthly show.
Yeah, facial recognition.
Yeah, facial recognition comedy at the Comedy Store the third Friday of the month. I think we're taking June off, but we will be back in July. So come check that out.
Yes, absolutely. She always puts on a great show. She's very funny. I've had Fizz is one of the funniest people in Los Angeles.
Very, very kind. Thank
you.
You're.
It was like there was a compliment someone had told me about you. It was just like my co-producer. She said, she's like, "Oh, usually when someone's like nice and polite, they're not funny." but she was like, she's like, "Oh man, she's like pretty and funny, and then she's got great jokes." And it was just like, I was just like, "Yeah, she's good." That's why I had her on the show.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, Leanne.
I know Leanne. She's great. She was at that show with Alex. She was hosting, actually. The one I just saw Alex Hooper at.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny. And Christine Little was there too, actually.
Oh, what
a little reunion! Why weren't you there?
Oh, it was DeRocha's show, right?
Yeah.
I should have came. I should have came out for that. My bad. I should have gone. I think I was going to, and then I got into sitting onto the couch.
Yeah.
And it's so okay. That's another thing. It's like you catch yourself doing that.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's hard to turn potential energy into kinetic energy. Once you're there, once you're moving, I'm like,
I'm enjoying.
Let me do everything.
Yeah,
but
I'm like, I gotta put on.
You get too comfy.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta put a nice shirt on or something like that. I'm gonna have to pay for parking. I have to walk in.
Oh, they're shooting it on video. I have to wear pants.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's if someone sends me, I do this. I have a rule. If someone invites me to something and I'm not already committed to something, I 99% sure will go. I mean,
nice.
Yeah, I mean it's not like I don't want to go to like a hate rally or anything like that, but
that's good.
Yeah, sorry, I got to tell this to some of the fans. Here we go.
Clarify.
Yeah, exactly.
Clarity never hurts.
Hey, we're having a cross burning out your way. You want to come out? No, I'm not going to that. But like, a show or something like that.
Yeah.
If someone texts me or something, I'll be like, they put the effort in. But if I will take that path of least resistance sometimes. I don't know if that's an age thing or if that's just.
I mean, I think also as we get older, we become less people pleasers.
Fair.
Fair. Maybe it is from having less energy to be able to manage other people's feelings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I try not to do things I don't want to do unless I know that, okay, I don't want to do it in this moment, but it'll be good for me. I'll be happy that I did it. But
yes, like it'll be like, oh, I'm glad I spent time with that person that I admire or respect or enjoy their company.
But sometimes you just need to like take a nap.
No, yeah,
and you don't even have to explain it to anyone because your body is tired.
Yeah,
isn't that enough?
Yeah, exactly. It just for me, I just
Like my hardware is saying no.
Yeah, it needs a reboot.
You know, it is what it is. So I think, I mean, I don't know. I'm.
Yeah.
It's much easier now for me if I don't want to go somewhere just to not.
Well, I mean,
just no is a complete sentence, which I love.
I like that. That was part of the reason I moved over here, because it was just like I didn't want to have the excuse of it's too far. I got rid of one excuse, but I'm very, you know, it's just like I don't want to drive in. You know, if you're coming in from the west, I
think in LA, it's like so many small communities, just spread everywhere that everyone tends to stay in your area because it can be. We have so many people here that it's hard to get across the city.
It's fatiguing crossing zip codes. I like to say, like, you know, going to Pasadena or something. It's like, hey, I better be booked on a show, or there better be really good food.
Yeah, you know, make it worth it. Do a couple errands that you need to do on that side of town.
Better be somebody's birthday that
It's just that hard.
Yeah, no. Anyway, we're bumping up against it on time.
Okay.
You good? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
Guys, follow Fizaa. You can find me at @TheFunMattLewis. Thanks for listening. Subscribe. That's what I got to say. Oh, yeah. The comment stuff will be in the comments about whatever we're talking about. Anyway.
Yeah, check out the comments.
You know what I'm talking about, with the blurb on the
caption?
What's not the caption? On the podcast episode, that kind of thing. You know what
Description?
Description, yes. Whatever. I'm not very good at speaking English, guys.
But you are the smartest.
Which is, on this side of the table, yes.
On that side.
You're on your own side of the table. You're smartest on your side.
I don't know. There are some action figures right behind you.
Okay. The LeBron James.
Some plastic, empty-headed action figures that might.
The LeBron James bobblehead doll. Maybe it may have a little bit. Yeah, you're just partial to Miami. There we go. Yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Subscribe and follow Fizaa on everything. And if you're in LA or wherever she's at, check out Facial Recognition Comedy. It's a great show.
Oh, anyway, thank you, Matt.
Thanks for coming on.
So much fun.
Absolutely.
Support for Obnoxious Valid Points is not brought to you by Audible. Audible, are you too stupid to read a book? Have one read to you. You'll find no books or mentions of books at patreon.com/ovpoints.